Jay's punching so hard. Well, thanks everybody. There'll be an intermission after the first hour. So it's unbelievable to have everybody here. Obviously, I was making jokes at my own expense about how much I could say. Massively accustomed as I am to public speaking. There are certain speeches that I think any gentleman's gonna know that at some point in their life they will have to deliver. As an actor, there are certain roles that you just know at some point you're gonna have to play. There are certain addresses at some point you are destined to give, and let's face it, this is not one of them. I know this. I think it's Bob, but somebody owes me 20 quid because this is happening before he's 40. We had a lot more on it happening at all. The fact that it is, and this is just such a great idea of just how happy we are for him, you know? Yeah. We're just so happy and just so proud that he met. All right, now, that was a test. That was a test. And this table's a perfect example. Test. I was going to close with that. I kid you not. When I'm thinking of this at home, I was going to finish with that. But then I meet her, and she's perfect. You are so beautiful, so fabulous, so funny. That reaction of horror, I thought, well, if I close with that, I'm swimming out of it. Because you are just fantastic. And we welcome you to a family. And why this is going to be a lot shorter than people expect is the closeness Chris and I have, I think, is just one of the best examples of family. That, despite us being in different cities for, 22 years, different countries for the last 12, we're a phone call away from anything, you know, and the help and advice that he gives me is unbelievable. He had many trials and tribulations as a kid growing up, most of them me. The first time I not tried to kill him, but that he nearly died by my hand, I was about 6 or 7, so he's like 4, 5-ish. We were throwing darts down the garden at my nana's house. No idea why, it seemed like a good idea. I lobbed a trajectory mini javelin down the garden, and he comes running out from behind a shed, and the dart sticks in his head about ½ an inch above his eye. Wow. As he runs into the kitchen, yeah, there's a dart impaled in his head. Then he went through a really brief few week spell, as I think most little kids do, of a mild case of hypochondria, where it was, this is hurting. He says to me and Mum, a royally decorated nurse. My tummy's really hurting, something in here's really giving me jip. Me and Mum are like, walk it off, Mary! I took him playing tennis for about 2 hours in the middle of summer when he comes up, and he says, seriously, it's really hurting right about there. And Mum goes, took him to hospital, and indeed, the doctor confirmed his appendix was within 2 hours of imploding.
Bad mother.
When else did I try and kill him? 17, I wrote the car. That was nothing. That's just a glass injury. We walked that off. 17, I wrote the car off with us driving to school. This is a funny one, isn't it? Murdered him with that. But there's just so much to say, and he's just completely, unbelievably fabulous. I mean, of course, you did well. You did well snatching him up anyway. I mean, Tony alluded to things we can't say, but I mean, early 20s, sort of 30-ish. I mean, player. Was he? I mean, this guy had sex almost every night of the week. Yeah, almost had sex Monday, almost had sex The other one I would wish to as well, and the translation to Mr. Chen is massively difficult, but we welcome you here as part of our family. What I'd like to do is, ladies and gentlemen, if your glasses are charged, when language is an obstacle, this, I feel, won't be, because you would just be able, as you will all hear, what we think about Chris, what we think about Jack, as we welcome you all into our family. It's when language doesn't matter, when all you will hear is love, feel the sentiment, and we all adore you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom.
Bride and groom!
Excellent. Now you're probably wondering about what the hell you're doing with the raffle ticket on your table. The raffle ticket on your table is a token, as it were, for a drink, the first round of which courtesy of Mr. Eric Richmond. Take all the booze you're carrying. We'll head into the coffee area. They're going to clear it up and dancing and party until they throw us into the river. Yes, everybody.